see. I think. Hey, I can't get this thing right here. Hold on. Hey, Ted, how are you? I cannot get this thing right. Hold on. Can you hear me fine? Hi, Charlotte. You have not emailed me. I don't know your email, Charlotte, so we can get this reading done. I've been kind of waiting for you to email me. You were one of the people I was going to talk about tonight. There are two of you that never emailed me. Hi. Hi, Sandy. Oh, hold on just a sec. I'm sorry. I'm like, can y'all hear me well? Oh, okay. So my email is yourpath, yourpath 39 at Gmail. Hi. Palmer, I haven't seen you in a long time. You can hear fine. Okay, perfect. So I would have got on earlier, but I got really, really busy. Hey, Cindy. David, yep. David will be on here. I don't know if he's on here now. He'll be on here in a little bit. He just got home from work. By the way, he lives in San Francisco now. He's far away from me. So we don't get to see each other, but we get to talk to each other all the time. So, how is everyone? Are y'all having a good Valentine's? Or, I guess for some females, Galentine's? This is not a good thing for me. I don't like this angle. Anyway, yeah, it's YOUR, P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, H, 39 at Gmail. Yeah, if you'll email me, then I'll have your email and then we can get this reading done. I was hoping that you would contact me because I didn't have a way to contact you. And I would have gotten on here last week, but it got busy and then it got hot. I don't know what happened, but we had record heat in San Diego. Like, it's never been that hot. It was 91 degrees and it does not get 91 degrees here. It was crazy. I was not happy. Hi, Lorraine. How are you? That reminds me, if you've emailed me and I haven't responded, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I did read them. I just couldn't, I didn't respond to everybody because I got so busy. But I will be responding to your emails this week. But I wanted to get on here since it was Valentine's, and I wanted to get, there are two people that I have not scheduled because they have not responded or didn't get my email. You too. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, it's been, it got hectic. It got hectic adding those tarot readings on there. Yeah. I'm a mess tonight. I am a mess. But I did get get a lot of stuff done, and I did see a lot of people, so that was good. I wanted to do that. So how's everyone doing? Everyone okay? I've got like some things to kind of that I wrote just to remind me about, but we can kind of talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But I do have a couple of things that I wanted to like go over, but I'll just kind of wait till everybody gets in. Does anybody have any plans? Did you guys go out already? I mean, I'm here on the West Coast, so our timeline is like 3 hours behind some of you, 2 hours behind some of you. That coffee is good. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Are you guys ready for all the retrogrades now that they're over? It should be, whoosh, yay! It should be full force The energy is going forward now. There's no retrogrades going on. We're not going to have another retrograde, I think, till middle March or the end of March. I mean, April. Yeah. I think that's when we Mercury retrograde again. The end of April. But so things that were holding you guys back, things that were delayed, we're in shadow for Venus and Mercury, so those should start coming about for you guys if it hasn't already. Like a lot of the energy lifted for me and things started going. Recovering from spine surgery, glad retrogrades are over. Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah. We got some big stuff coming though. Like this Leo moon, it's going to be hectic for some. I mean, yeah, I guess the word is hectic. Like, it's going to feel like Pluto. All year is going to feel like Pluto. There's some things that you guys may have, like this Leo full moon. Remember, full moons are about letting go and moving forward, right? And so when you let go, things come in for you to move forward. But when we had, it's going to be challenging, I guess. So maybe, and this is specifically for like Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Pisces. I think it's Pisces. No, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So those signs may feel this full moon a little bit more, like whether you have a sun, moon, or rising. You may feel it back in November if you were feeling stuff, like if something was going to get started or you knew that direction you wanted to go in or something felt like it was going to move in that direction and then this whole time it kind of got delayed or maybe you changed your mind or maybe it didn't feel like it. That is coming back to the forefront. And so that should be something that's going to be focused on. So some change is going to happen for those four signs in particular, for everybody because it's not everybody's chart, but for those four signs in particular, if something in November felt like something changed and you felt like it was going to go one way and then things were delayed and it didn't get to do it, it's gonna do it now. So just hang on. The best way to get through that energy is just go with the flow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is nice being back here, isn't it? So a couple of things I wanted to go over. Relationship ended in November. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you were going back and forth with this relationship since it ended in November, now may be the time where you're really going to like let go of it, or it's really going to happen, or there's not going to be anything. The wind is changing. I know. I try not to talk too much about Aquarians on here because I talk a lot about Aquarians. I don't want the other signs to feel like I'm not talking about them. Taurus has big things coming. Scorpio. Oh my God, Scorpio. Scorpio. I love you, love you, love you. And you are like, you're doing this thing in the last year and in this year where you're really finding yourself. And it's not that you didn't know yourself, it's like you're really seeing the clarity of how you should be treated in life. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're putting some boundaries in where there weren't boundaries before. And I'm not talking about like the surface boundaries because Scorpios know how to like have boundaries, but when it comes to like that deeper core relationship, a lot of you were being taken advantage of, which, for Scorpio, yeah, because you guys came through hell when you were children, through hell. Like you had a lot happen to you. So now you're trying to understand that part of you. Now you're trying to like figure out, what am I going to say no to? What am I going to say yes to? How do I want my life to be? Libras, again, are having to make choices. Happy Valentine's Day. Cancers are really figuring out, they've got choices to make too. And Geminis need to like trust themselves more. Geminis are pretty clear and like they don't have the emotional, most, I'm not saying every Gemini, but most kind of don't have that emotional baggage, I guess. But Geminis need to learn to trust themselves more. Like, I know that you get those feelings and those psychic things and those dreams and whatever, and then you don't trust yourself and you don't do it. But Geminis need to do that more. Leo, for most Leos, they've been humbled a little bit. They've got some more humbling to do, but they're just living their life. You know, they're living a good life. So, um, yeah. What if you have Aquarian North Node? Is that affected strong? Yeah. Yeah. Seventh house Libra placement. Yeah. Aquarian North Node. It depends on where are you Aquarian ascending? I mean, oh, there's David. Gemini rising. Yeah, Tat, you need to trust yourself more. The thing is it comes so quick that you're like, is that for real or is that me? Like, is that for real or is that like something that I didn't see correctly, right? But it is for real. Like, you got to trust yourself. Okay, Aries. Yeah, so yeah, your North Node is going to be affected. It just depends on your chart, actually, but your North Node is being affected now because they just changed signs over the next 18 months. Everybody's going to feel faded stuff. And we do have, with this Leo new moon or full moon, it's going to be a lot of change. There is going to be a lot of change. So, yeah, you need to trust yourself more. Yeah, Geminis need to trust themselves more. So before I start talking about all of that, since David's here, I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to change the name of the channel. So instead of Indigo Tarot, it's going to be Simply Cindy. So I thought about this. David and I have talked about this, and so I'm going to change the channel name. So it'll be just like my website, Simply, and then Cindi. That'll be the new channel name, this channel. I'm not changing the other two. I haven't worked on those yet, but I am changing this channel name just to give it some new energy and just because I'm not like doing the tarot thing all the time anymore. So I don't want to make this a tarot channel. The other thing that I saw is that Facebook and Instagram are going to start um, starting in March, I guess March 17th. They're going to stop all spiritual, tarot, astrology, all of that. They're taking them they're taking them out of the algorithm. So they're kind of like trying to push that down. They don't really want that about. So just be aware of that. I'm not afraid. I actually think it's going to work better not being on the algorithm because I know how to move energy, so I'll be able to move it better than with an algorithm. But that's just me. That's just me. So I think it's going to be fine. I don't think, and I think a lot of spiritual people and a lot of, I don't even know what you call that group anymore. Good idea, more encompassing, yeah, of everything. Exactly, which is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted it to go mainstream. I don't like that it's in a box, but that's me. I'm more free spirited and more like, I think there's a happy medium in between. Like, I think we're now seeing in a society that yes, you're not nuts if you believe in hypnosis or because there's science behind it. You're not nuts if you believe in astrology because there's science behind it. Like, these are things I've always known all my life, but again, society is now catching up. So anyway, we're gonna change the name probably in the next couple of days. So it'll be Simply Cindy instead of Indigo Tarot. Um, let's see. And another thing that I wanted to say, okay, so the two people, one was Charlotte and the other is Chelsea. So Chelsea, I don't know if you're on here now. If you see this later, you ordered a Let's Have Coffee Together and I emailed you, but I emailed you the email that I have when you filled out, when you ordered. So I don't know if I got the wrong email, But if I did, you can contact me because I emailed you last week and I just noticed today that I hadn't gotten a response. So I'd like to schedule that so we can have some time together. This is Chelsea, and she knows who she is. Um, just contact me at yourpath39 at gmail. That's yourpath39 at gmail. Okay. And then, yeah, so I did talk to Charlotte. Oh, yeah, the spam. So we all know, I'm just now finding out because I haven't had Instagram in a long time. I don't really deal with Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I just never really liked Facebook. But apparently there's a lot of scammers. So you guys know already, but in case you don't, I would never, because this happened, I would never like email you guys to say, hey, do you want a reading? Hey, do you want to spend some time with me? Hey, do you want like, I wouldn't do that. So if you get something from me, because there's like 10 accounts saying that they're me and they're not. And this is on Instagram, this isn't on YouTube. But if you get an email from me, delete it and report that. Like, that's not me. I wouldn't email anybody. I wouldn't DM you. I wouldn't do that. In fact, I wait for you to do it. You know, you email me. That's always been my energy is if, because I told Spirit that a long time ago. If you want me to see them, then you have them come to me. I don't want to be out there like going to people. You come to me, right? Because I don't want to impose. That's kind of the, yeah. Yeah, I've never liked that energy. I don't like the energy. I just don't like the energy. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't like the energy. So I haven't been on Facebook in years. Uh, family and friends are on Facebook and they kind of tell me if something's going on, but I'm never on Facebook. Um, so and also I would never do a reading via text. I've been offered that by many companies who have offered, they've asked me to come join them. They've asked me to come influence with them. They've asked me to like, all these companies want me to like, oh, you can text, you can do it. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. It's impersonal. I don't like it. Maybe it's for the fast person. That's not who I am. I would rather sit with you. I'm a little bit different that way. So if somebody, I do live calls or FaceTime, it kind of depends. Or I do in person. It's kind of up to you. But I would never, so if somebody's saying, hey, do you want to text and blah, 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 that's not me. That's not me. I wouldn't be offering that. I wouldn't be like going in your DMs anyway or your emails. I have thousands and probably 10, 20,000 people on an email, that I've had emails back and forth with. I don't email people. I don't do that. I don't send out emails. I don't do that. That's not who I am. So if you get something from me, it's not me. It's not me. If I am ever going to email you or send out a newsletter or anything like that, I'll let you know. But so far, no, that's not me. So that's somebody pretending. So we got that cleared up. Poor David had to like go investigate and find all these accounts and get them all shut. That's just horrible. But and that's that 12th house stuff. People doing stuff, people trying to cheat, people trying to like, that's my 12th house stuff coming through. But I'm protected. Nothing happened. I'm protected. You can't get to me. You can't get to my people. Yeah. Well, you can't get to my people. We're all protected. You're going to be safe. Um, so yeah, I mean, they tried, it didn't work out. Like immediately I was getting text from my friends and clients saying, hey, did you text me or did you email? I'm like, nope, I didn't do that. So immediately they were like caught and shut down. And thank God for David and our group. Our group on Instagram was like, mm-mm. So I'm glad for that. Um, let's see. Yeah, so what I was saying before was we're in forward motion. There's no retrogrades. We are in shadow, so you're going to be finishing up some things. Uh, Finances should have gotten a little better. If you were delayed in being able to buy something, do something having to do with beauty or glamour, anything like that, that should be like resolving itself. And this is till the end of April, where it's Pluto's going to retrograde. Pluto is going to retrograde. Okay. So with Pluto retrograding, we already know if we didn't hear it the first time, it's going to come the second time. So if there are things that y'all are being iffy about, that you're kind of like, should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm kind of done with this relationship, but I'm not. But I'm not. But I know it's bad for me, but I don't. Or I don't want this job. I have an offer for another job. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Like, yeah, yeah. If that was all Pluto, right? And now that's a row. Exactly. It's like, all right. It's like Eminem. You got one shot, right? Like Pluto's gonna come back around. All those energies that it just went through. It's gonna come back around and be like, "Are you sure we don't want this? Because I'm about to change it. Like, you better make a choice, or it's going right." So just know that you got from now till the end of April. That's when Pluto retrogrades. So make your choices now. I'm not saying we've talked about making choices. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be the exact right choice. It just has to be a choice. If you're standing in the middle, it's going to be made for you. You guys have to understand, you put these things into place. When you decided to be born on this earth, you decided to be born at the exact place, at the exact time, because you knew the energies that were going to be going around your whole lifetime. You knew that. You knew that Pluto was going to be retrograding at this time. You knew that. You wanted that so that you could make your choices, so that you could grow your soul, so that you could understand things a little differently. Does that make sense? So you have to remember, when you're in your higher self, you know all, right? Like, you know, it's quantum. Like, you know, you'll know the exact point of energy, where Pluto's going to be, where Mercury's going to be, and at this time and at this place, and where you're going to be on the earth. Like, you know this. You did this before you came. So that's all part of your like life thing before you come in. So you set that up for yourself. That's why when things are going wrong, or when we feel like things are going wrong, it's not that the universe is against us. It's you can't ask yourself, why is this happening to me? You have to know, this is happening for me. What is it that I need to understand about this? That this is happening for me. This is making me stop and think, or this is making me stop and feel, because it's happening for me. So what is it that I'm trying to understand? What is it that I'm trying to know? What is it that I'm trying to experience? Is it, making this choice, going with this person, going with that job, going with this career, going with this, going with this, location? It depends. Everybody has their own thing that they're doing, right? So if there are things that you're like in the middle about, and you're kind of not understanding or wanting to know what to do with that, like, you got till the end of April, because Pluto's going to come back around those same energies. And y'all know Pluto. Pluto don't play. Pluto's like, you're an ultimate being. You can do this on your own. So I'm going to show you that you can do this on your own. So I'm going to take this from you so that you know how to stand on your own. Now, will you have to stand on your own the rest of your life? No. But you don't think you can. And I just need to show you that you can. That's all Pluto's doing. Right? That's all Pluto's doing, because Pluto's like, you said you wanted to do this. You said you wanted to be strong. You said you wanted to be able to rely on people. You said you wanted to be able to do this, right? Yes, exactly. Pluto's like, you've been saying this for a while. I'm just here to show you that you can do it. That's what Pluto's doing. Okay? So, Scorpio, if you got a choice, if you got some things to decide, it's time to do it. Taurus, if you got some choices to make, it's time to do it. You got till the end of April. Aquarius, y'all already know, Aquarians. I'm not even playing with y'all. Y'all already know. You already know, because shite has already happened to y'all, okay? And Leo, yeah, it's going to happen to you too. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. So, get ready, because we're all moving forward. We're all moving forward. It's time. It's time to go. It's time to move forward. All right. So, the other thing too is I wanted to explain end of April is your birthday. Yep. I wanted to explain, I'm going to take us back to some basics. Um, and remind you, because a lot of you know, but a lot of you don't know. And then a lot of you, I thought I taught this, but I didn't teach it because I got so involved in tarot that I didn't teach these things. But you guys understand about Dr. Emoto. You guys understand about the power of words, right? So, yeah, ready, steady, go, right? It has learning lots, right? Okay. So, just to give you an example about the power of words, and I use kinesiology, and this you can use, people have used it. I want you to, the power of words, the power of intention, the power of your energy, right? And if you don't know about Dr. Emoto, go look him up. Okay, he did research on this, and I use this in my plant therapy stuff. I use this in my herbs. I put light into them. I put love into them. I say loving words. I'm in a high vibration when I'm around herbs, and I'm making my herbs, right? But to give you an example, I want you, to put your hands out, and you can see that your hands are together, right? And then I want you to say love in one hand and hate in the other. And then I want you to put it out. Do you see the difference? Do you see how much this weighs? And you can do it yourself. You don't have to just go by what I did. You do it yourself. I want you to put your hands out and then to rebalance love and love, right? I want you to do that because that's the power of intention. It's a simple exercise, but it shows you that's the power of words. That's the power of intention. That is the power that you, yourself, me, you, that we have. So your thoughts, your words, your intentions, right? Hi, Laura, right? Yeah, everybody do it. Say love and then hate and then see where it does. But first, I know it works because that's the power that you hold. That's who you are. And it's a simple exercise, but I want you to understand that when you have those thoughts and when you say ugly things and when you say ugly things about yourself, all of that is like weighing you down. It's pushing you down. Okay. So I want you, I'm going to give you some more framework. I'm going to give you another concept so that you understand, right? But I'm saying part of this because I want to remind you that when you're eating or when you're drinking something, to give yourself energy, up, to lift the vibration. Everybody's always wondering how to lift the vibration without meditation, right? Because they don't want to all meditate right now. Like you can't meditate right now. Okay. Then use your hands because you have chakras here, right? You have chakras. Use your hands, use your mind, use the power of intention. And I want you to always put light in your food because it doesn't matter what chemicals, it doesn't matter what anything, it doesn't matter where it was grown, it doesn't matter if it's organic or not. If you put light, you just saw the intention that you can do. You just saw the power that you have. I want you to put light, start putting light in your food and your water or your drinks or coffee, whatever it is that you're ingesting so that you have light and love being put into you so that you have all of that being transformed. You're transforming that when you're putting that into your food. I mean, there's something to be said about prayer. People who pray before their meal, right? It's that good intention. It's that intent to put light and love and nourishing energy into that. Okay? So I just want to remind you guys, these are simple things that we could be doing every day on a daily basis, and it doesn't, can use the power of intention to release energy. Absolutely. Yes. You can use it with Pringles, you can use it with candy, you can use it with anything. You have power. You have power. You're very powerful beings, all of you, all of us, right? So this is the thing too. Over the past couple of weeks that I've had, you're welcome. I hope that helps. But remember to nourish yourself. Remember to put love in there and put light in there and put whatever it is that you're ingesting. Just know, okay, I'm putting love, I'm putting nourishment, I'm putting like this has been studied. Biofeedback has been studied. I mean, I did this back in the where Reiki works and healing touch works and prana works. Like it helps. It does. It releases energy. It puts energy into you. It balances everything. Like use it. These are tools you can use. They don't cost any money. It's you. You're the powerful one, right? Especially for tarot. Um, you're welcome. I've had a lot of people, there's a lot of people today that are dealing with anxiety and pain, right? And so I'm going to give you this concept so that we can kind of understand where we're at and how to release some of that, okay? So if you're in pain, if you're in a lot of pain, then you're living too much. And will this cure everything? If you believe it will, then it will. But some people have other things that they want to keep and hold on to, right? But let me give you this. If you're in pain, then you're living too much in your past. That means in your mind and in your heart and in your being, it's all about what I shoulda, coulda, woulda, what didn't happen, what they did, what da da da, and how come it's this way, and why is my life that way, and da 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 da. Da. It's you're living too much in the past. If I should have gone to school, I should have taken that job, I should have ended that relationship, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? And there's nothing wrong with going back to the past to see and be reminded not to do that again, because that's what you didn't want to do, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You should always be able to like link back to your past, and that's good. That like we need to know, okay, I don't want that again. I know I don't want that again, right? So just know if you've got a lot of pain, you're living too much in your past. Now, if you have a lot of anxiety, you're living too much in the future. Like you're too much in the future. Well, what's going to happen if, or I just know that this is, or what, why is that, and I'm going to, and this is going to, and da 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 da, right? Reliving the regret will cause the pain because that energy has to go somewhere, and it goes in your body, and your body's rejecting, and your body's trying to tell you enough, 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 right? But if you're living with the anxiety, then it's worry, and you're living too much in the present. I mean, in the future. That's too much in the future. And most of y'all don't even tell yourself the whole truth in your head anyway. You're like, well, I got the letter and they're going to turn off da da da, or they're going to do whatever, or somebody's going to do that, and that's all like like David says, and you're going too far. You're going too much. You're extreme. Like you're thinking about the future that isn't even here yet. Like you're thinking about what could happen, but you're not even telling yourself the whole truth about what could happen. Because yes, you could lose the job, but yes, you could also get a raise, right? Like you don't know what's going to happen. This is the future. So my advice is to find your peace and your harmony and your happiness and your love by living in your present. You need to live in your now. What's in your now? Be with yourself. Are you okay? You're stable. You're fine. You're smiling. You have things around you. Be in your present. For those of you that have a lot of anxiety, you're trying to be over there, over there, over there, over there, over there. And you have to be here before you get there. You have to be okay with here to get there. And these are all, I'm trying to give you basics also of manifestation. If you want to learn to manifest the way that you want to manifest, you need to learn to be in your present. You're welcome. Thank you. See you soon, I hope. You're welcome. You need to be in your present. You need to be, where am I now? What's going on today? Oh my God, I love my place. Oh, I love my life. Oh my God, I'm so happy with who I am. I'm so happy. Like, be in your present. And that will help you find peace and harmony and happiness and love. Yeah, well, gratitude is exactly when you're in your present, you'll find some gratitude there. Wow, my heart's pumping. Wow, I can see. Wow, I have food for lunch. Wow, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. She said, gosh, I've missed you so much. Wow, incredible to hear you. Thank you. So, again, if you're in a lot of pain, then you're too much in your past. Now, I can help you with that because that's what I do with hypnosis, right? Put you under, we can see what's going on, and we can help you release, right? Hi. If you're in anxiety, if you're anxiety ridden and it's just like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Oh my God, this is going to, oh my God, I'm so tired of da 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 da. Oh my God, that's the future. You're thinking too much. You're too much in the future. If you want to find your happiness and peace, you need to be in your present. And once you get in your present, the thing you do in your present is to be grateful. Find the smallest things to be grateful. And then it's like a wave. The smallest little thing will turn into the next thing that you understand, and the next thing that you experience, and the next thing that you experience. And then soon enough, you're like, wow, I feel great. I feel great today. Nothing can, nothing is going to hurt me. I feel great today, right? So just keep that in mind. It's really hard for people to come out of their past and into their present. And it's really hard for people to come out of the future and into their present. Yeah, too much in the future. Too much. Too much in the future. But it's a choice. Do you want to live like that? Because you've been living like that. But when it's time to change, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to give you some simple examples of how to do it, right? I'm trying to give you some practical stuff to use on how to do it, okay? So, does anybody have questions about that? Yeah, it's hard when you're trying to do healing work. Yeah. Again, it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. Some people, listen, there are plenty of people that I've known, none recently, but there are plenty of people that I've known that all they know is to be anxiety ridden. All they know is to have anxiety. And so they don't, to not have anxiety would be like a hole in them. And they're like afraid of that. They don't realize that, but I've seen people where they won't let go of it because that's comfort for them. I know that doesn't sound comfortable, but that's comfort for them. And other people who are in pain, like they're like, no, I have this. I am diagnosed with this, and don't take that away from me. That is mine, right? Like I know people like that, and there's nothing that I can do for them. You have to like come to that point where you want help, right? But for those of you that are ready and listening, yeah, you absolutely can live rent free. There's going to be a time where we're all going to do it. Like, absolutely. Like, this is just ridiculous. It's so nice to have you back. Thank you. I'm trying to release the pain by working through it. Yeah. Listen, I know all about that. I know all about that. Hiring by Benita. David, are you reading my mind? Listen, if you guys are, so if some of you are stuck and some of you are like, I don't even know where to start, go see Cindy. David, put Cindy's, or Cindy, put your email address. She'll do a virtual healing touch with you. And whichever way you want it, if you want to be like, if you want to be on FaceTime or Zoom or whatever with her, or you just want to do it by phone, whichever, it's $40. Like, email her. David will put the email up. Email her. She'll clear that stuff for you. She'll help get you aligned so that you see clearly, so that you know where to go next, right? So that you know what to do next. Let her like heal that. Let her move that energy through you. I told you, she's a healer. She's good. She's really, really good. You know, there's times where I've been really like, oh my God, you know, and she's like, calm down. You can do this. You know, she's really good. So, uh, let me. David's gonna go get her email address, and then when I see it, I think it's. I don't want to say it because I may say it wrong. I may say it wrong, and then you'll be emailing somebody you don't know. Okay. Again, Chelsea, if you'll get a hold of me, I've spoken to Charlotte. The other simple thing is, hi, I'm masculine who did not send Valentine's message. Oops, sorry. Hello, I'm a masculine who did not send a Valentine's message even though I wanted. I'm stuck. My brain's pushed to brink. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was trying to read that. So my empaths, I want to talk about this. Y'all, if you followed me forever, you know this. And I've talked to a lot of people who are like, I still do that on Fridays. I still do that. And it's good because you're an empath, right? For you empaths, if you have a tub and you on Fridays and you work with people, you need to be 10 minutes sitting in the tub. Hi, Raquel. To get hold on a second. To get a Reiki healing with her, that is Garcia1113.c as in cat, b as in boy at Gmail. Okay, so that's Garcia1113.c as in cat, b as in boy at gmail.com. Okay. Yes, thanks, David. So, but if you don't have a tub, I use Dr. Teal's. I've used Dr. Teal's for years. I think I made Dr. Teal a lot of money because all of a sudden Dr. Teal's was everywhere in the stores. And I was like, oh, people are buying Dr. Teal's. So I use the lavender Epsom salt shower. I use that. So you can just use the shower gel. But on Fridays, you can take your bath if you have a tub. 10 minutes. But for all you empaths that soak up all the energy from all week long, do your Epsom salt bath. Do your cleansing so that you feel better. Like you're going to get in, before you get in, you're going to put the salt, the Epsom salt, and you're going to, visualize or imagine that that's all light. And you're going to step into the light and be renewed. You're going to be aligned. You're going to be rebalanced, right? And so you stay there 10 minutes, no longer, and then you can proceed to take a shower or whatever. But soak in that tub, let everything go, take some breaths. Yeah, take some breaths. Yeah, Tiffany, I've spoken to a lot of people that are like, I do that every day, and I'm glad you do, because it helps a lot. It realkalines your body, like it really helps. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about with empaths, because I know a lot of empaths have trouble when they go out in groups or they have to go out in public. They make a black elderberry one. Yeah, I use, so elderberry, I make elderberry syrup. I made it for all my clients and my friends and my family. I make elderberry syrup for cough and cold season. But I don't use elderberry for any other reason than that. But that's interesting. As long as it has Epsom salt, because the Epsom salt realkalines your body. What was I going to say about empaths? So if you understand that you're, as an empath, you're soaking up the energy, you're like a sponge to the energy, it comes to you, and you're having trouble when you're leaving your house, or you have to go in groups, or you have to go to work, or you have to do that, then you need to start, and I'm going to start like putting videos of meditations. I'm going to have some binaural beats, and I'm going to put it on this channel, because a lot of people I've talked to are saying that they're looking for uh, my meditation videos and they can't find them. So I'm just going to re-upload some and make some new ones, right? So y'all can use that. But before that, what you can do is, if you understand that you already bring in the energy, right? You already are like a sponge and it's already coming in. Then use your guides, and you'll have to do this with meditation and thought first. Like, you're going to have to do this for a while before it becomes a habit. But if you understand that, you ask your guides and you say, all right, guides, any energy coming my way, please transmute it to love and bring me energy. So it doesn't matter if people try to take energy from you, or they're giving you spiteful energy, or they're giving you loving energy, or they're giving you any type of energy. It doesn't matter. That's the protection I have around me. And it's not even a protection. It's just a way to know that on this earth, as a human being, I have to interact with different energies. And it doesn't matter what they do to me or try to do to me, it is always going to be transmuted into love. So they may be thinking that they're sending me some hateful, awful, whatever energy, and they are sending it to me, but it's being transmuted to love by my guides and my higher being. It's being transmuted to love, and then it just gives me energy. Does that make sense? Now, this took a long time to practice before it became a habit for me, right? So you're going to have it in your forethought. Think about it every time that you leave the house, or every time that you're coming into contact with, I don't know, a family member that you're like, oh my God, right? Yeah, if you want to change that, then if it's important enough, you'll do it, right? You'll do it. This is going to take participation from you. That means, like, I give you these tools, but that's up to you whether you're going to do it or not, okay? If you're serious, it's going to take about a month of you thinking every time, okay, guides, can you help me transmute it into love and bring me energy? Guides, can you help me transmute it into love and it'll bring me energy, right? And right, she said, I'm going to put a sticky note on my forehead. Exactly. Like, it took a long time for me to implement this, but once I did, nothing bothers me. That's why people, doesn't matter how strong psychically you are, or how strong a being you are, you cannot penetrate and try to get through me, like to even say hello, or to even, unless I okay it. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's always being transmuted to love, and it's always giving me energy. It's the reason I can do so many readings or hypnosis or mediumship. Like, it's the reason I can do the mediumship for so long, because they're not taking energy from me. It's given to me, and it's transformed to love, and it's feeding me energy, good energy, right? So just put that into place. That's what I wanted to say to the empaths. If y'all wanted, so I was looking at some stuff that some people had. These are just questions that people had through my readings and stuff, and through some of my other clients. So I thought I'd put some things that you'd like to, like, I'll just say it this way, because you got to be really careful how you say this. These are things that I use if I have an ailment, okay? So these are things that I use if I have an ailment. So I'm going to tell you what I use, okay? So if I have a cold and flu, I'll use this juice, okay? I make this juice. If y'all want a minute to go get your pens and papers and want to write this down. They broke into our car today. Oh no. Yeah, that's that 12th house stuff. That's that Pluto stuff. So if y'all want to take a minute and run and get your pen, paper, or whatever pad that you're on, iPad or anything, because I don't have my screen where I can like write it all down and y'all can see it. I have to say it. So for cold and flu, the juice that I would use is carrot, ginger, turmeric, and lemon. Okay? And I would add 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. Anytime that you use turmeric in any recipe, you need to use pepper because otherwise the turmeric isn't doing anything in your body. It's just going to go right through. It will not absorb until you have the pepper. So 1/8 or even a little less, as long as you've got some pepper in there with the cold and flu. This is what I use for cold and flu. Carrot, ginger, turmeric, and lemon. Lemon, obviously you don't want too much of it, but kind of make it to your taste. And it's a tablespoon of turmeric, okay? Now the herbs I use is elderberry. So I told you elderberry syrup is what I make. Right, black pepper or cayenne pepper, but a lot of people can use black pepper better. So yes, you can use cayenne pepper. I use black pepper. Is it better to mix the pepper? Yes, either one, either one. So black pepper or cayenne pepper, but a lot of people can't take the cayenne, so I always just use black pepper. So herbs that I would use is elderberry because that's an immune booster and it's an viral, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory. Okay, then feverfew, thyme, peppermint, sage, and mullen and oregano. So thyme, sage, oregano, you have those in your cabinet. Equal parts, put them in. You can make a tea out of it. Or you can get them in like sublinguals, which is what I use. Like I make the herbs and I use a medium and then I just do it sublingual. I put it under my tongue. But you can make a tea. Yeah. Cynthia got some of my elderberry. It's really good. It's really good elderberry. But feverfew will help with, for me, it helps with migraines. It helps with inflammation. And it's an antiviral, antibacterial. So feverfew is something that you probably don't have in your kitchen. But if you want to do like a thyme, a peppermint, a sage, oregano tea, that works really well. When you use those, you want to like let it steep for about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So about 10 minutes. Those are the herbs that I would use. Elderberry is another herb that I would use, but I make a syrup out of it. So anybody with constipation, if I had constipation, this is what I would use as a juice. Apple, radish, grapefruit, cucumber, and ginger. Okay? Again, for constipation, bloating, tummy aches like that, I use apple, radish, grapefruit, cucumber, and ginger. Now the herbs I would use, and I make teas out of them if I'm having a tummy ache, or I don't really have those anymore, but if I did, okay, then the herbs I would use would be peppermint, lemon balm. Lemon balm is so good for you. Like those of you that have anxiety, lemon balm is so good. But I'm not a doctor and I'm not telling you, I'm just saying that's what I would use for anxiety. Lemon balm, ginger, and fennel seeds. That you can use in a tea, right? Obviously, you want to use a little bit more lemon balm or peppermint than you want to do the fennel seed and the ginger, right? Because the lemon balm is more for taste if you like lemon. But those are I would put that in a tea and I would make the tea, okay? That's for constipation. If you're having trouble with bronchitis, if I have trouble with bronchitis, this is what I would use as a juice, okay? Broccoli, cabbage, bell pepper or green pepper or capsicum, ginger, and garlic. Okay? So for bronchitis, I would use broccoli, cabbage, bell pepper, ginger, and garlic. Or capsicum is bell pepper. Depends on what country you live in and where you're from. So that's what I would use for bronchitis. I've used in the past for bronchitis, I've used feverfew. I've used ginger. Anything anti-inflammatory, I have used white willow. Yeah. And then for when I've had bronchitis, I do mullen, feverfew. Mullen is great for anything in the lungs and anything in your air passages. Like mullen is really good for that. So mullen, feverfew, and willow bark is what I've used. And again, I make my own herbs, and I've done both where I make it a tea because I want the tea, I want the warmth. And then I've done sublingual where I just squirt it under my tongue. Okay. And it helps clear up the lungs. It's an anti-inflammatory, which we all know what's going on right now. It's inflammation, right? So to get down the inflammation, willow bark, feverfew, and mullein if you're having congestion, if you're having any of that going on, okay? And for anti-inflammatory, elderberry tea is really good, but I would do like even the elderberry gummies, anything elderberry for some inflammation. But really, if you're going to do a juice, I would do 4 parts turmeric. This is for inflammation. 1 part ginger. Again, an eighth or half a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. Hi. And 4 cups of water and some lemon. And I would make that a juice. That's for inflammation. A lot for inflammation I use if I just want to like do a quick, to help to do some anti-inflammation. I have honey. I do local honey. You want to do your local honey. Everybody needs to do their local honey. And the reason you want to do your local honey, because it helps you gather histamines so that you don't have allergies to things, right? So for insomnia, I have a thing that I put together, and I'm not going to do that today because that's not part of what I've written down, but I do have a formula that I made for insomnia. You can ask David because I gave it to him. I've given it to Cynthia. I've given it to a lot of my friends and family and some clients, but it's a combination of different herbs. But if you want some, like if it's just, okay, I'm really highly anxious, I need to calm down, and then I can fall asleep, I would use, if I had that problem, I would use lemon balm. That's what I would use. Because lemon balm is good. I would use valerian root. I would use lavender. Yeah, lavender tea, chamomile tea. But if you want it, like, I have a formula that I use. So, and this is for like, if I have hardcore insomnia. If I have hardcore insomnia, that's what I use. I use that. Yeah. I have a lot of people around me that have insomnia, that are anxious, and so I use a lot of that. So I hope those help. If you like that type of content and want me to bring more of that out, let me know. Yeah, for Crohn's, there's a lot I can suggest for Crohn's. Are you talking about herbs or are you talking about juices? So we're going to be going into different, like, areas, right? Yeah, with Crohn's, it's difficult. Tried valerian root, too strong. Yeah, so that may be too strong. Valerian root will knock you out. I would try some lemon balm. Try some lavender. Try lavender tea, see if that works. Try chamomile tea if you don't like lavender tea, see if that works. And if not, then myself, if lavender tea wasn't good and chamomile tea wasn't working, then I would do lemon balm and some chamomile, or lemon balm and some lavender, right? So that's what those are not contraindicated. These plants are healthy. These herbs are healthy for you. They're good for you. If you've never taken them though, I would like test it out first. Hi. But yeah, I'm still thinking about that Crohn's question because there's a lot going on with that Crohn's. Where do you get lemon balm? Listen, I'm not like, unless you're a client of mine, we don't really talk about this, so this is kind of an iffy thing. But you can do it at, you can find it at, well, we have Sprouts here, we have Trader Joe's, we have what's the other one? Um, it's not Sprouts, it's not Trader Joe's. What's the other one, David? Um, Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's. Um, yeah, Boswell. Yeah, that's good too. But Boswell is so hard to like manage, and people won't know how to do it. I'm trying to think of things that are simple, things that are easily accessible, right? Just order or get herbs, like specific herbs that are, you know, wild crafted and they're organic and they've been certified. And so nowadays, you can try it Walmart, I think, and even Target. If you go to the vitamin section, they'll be in the liquid forms, though. Don't get the pills. You want to get the liquid form, um, or get the teas, because the pills, they're putting too much stuff in that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, let me know if you like this type of content and I'll bring more back to you. I just wanted to start out with those things because I kind of want everybody to start like being active in their life and being like, okay, I'm taking charge. This is what we're going to do. We have these, yeah, we have these tools. Let's use them. We have these herbs that Mother Earth, God, the universe gave us, right? Let's use them. Let's use them. Like, yeah, I haven't even talked about what I've never brought that part of myself up, ever. That's not true. I did bring it up one time in Periscope. So if you've been a client of mine and I've known you for years, then you know this about me. Um, but yeah, I make tinctures and tonics and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you know how to make tinctures, perfect. Perfect. Right? But, you know, it's time. It's time for us to take our health, to take our life, and this is the thing. This has been the theme all week. All week in my head and with clients, all week in my head and clients, it's been about how much suffering are we going to do? Like, are we done with the suffering now? Are we done with the suffering? Because we know how to suffer. We know how to be without. We know how to lack. We know how to, like, do all of that. Is dandelion tea so dandelion is good for liver and kidney. That's what dandelion's good for. But here's the thing: like, it's time for us to reclaim our power. Absolutely. Like we're done with all the suffering. We're done with all the what people call lower vibration. We're done with that. Like, y'all already have mastered suffering. You've mastered lack. You've mastered heartbreak. You've mastered all of it. Like, how much more do you want to do? How much more? Like, enough. Enough. And that's kind of where I've been all like last week and this week. Enough. We're not doing this anymore. We're not. Right? And so I'm going to do my best to bring that forward so that we can move forward, so that we can reclaim our power and because a lot of you know these tools. I'm just going to remind you. And for those of you that don't know, then you're going to learn some new tools, right? Just like the power that you have in putting light in your food, right? Enough is enough. 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 Y'all have already mastered that. Like, how much more do you want? Like, you can continue. You can continue to suffer. You can continue to be without. You can continue if you want. They're not, spirit, the universe, God, your heart, they're not going to say you don't have to do it. You can still do it. Or you can say enough. Enough is enough. We're not doing this anymore. We're going to a new place. I'm not going to be in fear. I'm not going to be in anxiety. I'm not going to be in pain. I'm going to be here. And I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be stable. And I'm going to be abundant. And I'm going to have joy. That's what I'm going to have. Right? Enough. We're done. We're done with all that. So these tools that I'm bringing forth are just to remind you. Right? Yes. You have to be in your now. You got to be in your now. To find your happiness, you have to be in your now. I'm not going to say you're going to stay here to be happy, but to find it, you need to be in your now. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I said this the last time. Mother Earth is healing. We're all healing too. You know, she's been taken advantage of. We had low vibration. I mean, the first YouTube that I did coming back, I explained all that to you. Like one person, you know, like this is all the hate, all the misery, all the lack, all the suffering, all the horrible, horrible things that have happened on this earth that have happened to us. All that had to go somewhere, and it wasn't transmuted all the time, so it had to go somewhere. Well, guess what we did? We made that virus, but we can get rid of it. We can get rid of it. We can work through it. We're powerful beings. I just showed you how powerful you are. We can show you different things. I can have, you know, eventually I can have people who can come on here and actually do, you know, moving things and doing psychic. I mean, I hope we all understand that we all can do that. We all can do it. We can all do it. You just have to know yourself. We can start manifesting, all of that. But we've done enough of the other. We're done with that. We don't need that anymore. That stuff was good to know at the time. We went through that for a reason. There was a reason for that, but that's no longer. We don't need that anymore. So let's find our happiness. Let's find our joy. Let's find our abundance. Let's find our peace. Let's find our peace, right? Does all that make sense to everybody? Let's find some peace. Don't you think you deserve peace? Don't you think you deserve happiness? I mean, don't you think you came to this earth to like experience what it's like to be happy and joyful and abundant and have good relationships and love your life? Like, if I know myself, I came to do both. Like that part of my years was like, all right, I understand all that now. I know what that is. Now it's time for the other part. I already mastered this. Now it's time to master abundance. Now it's time to master peace. Now it's time to master happiness. Now it's time to master joy. Let's master joy, right? And the two options are I'm ready to move on, right? Which is heavy? Well, I don't know. It depends. Which is heavier for you? Exactly. Exactly. Let's have some peace. Let's have some joy. Let's have some abundance. Let's have some, I don't know, happiness. Happiness. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's the reason that I do the hypnosis, because it's the fastest way to connect with your higher self and bypass your ego so that you can reprogram yourself to allow these things to happen. That's why I do it. It's the fastest way to do it. It's the fastest way to say to your Ego, can you step aside? We still need you. We're not going to try to get rid of you, ego. We still need you. But I need to talk to your subconscious, right? We all deserve to be happy. Share it like you're doing with us. I love it, Cindy. Thank you. I hope so. I hope this information helps. Um, my my love, my energy, my thoughts, they're all like, we can do this. I know we can do this. We can do, I already, like, it's not even a, oh, I hope we do it. I already know we can do it. We just have to get there. We just have to get there. Going to drive home and miss out maybe next week. So, yeah, I'm probably going to come on a couple of times this week. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. I'm probably going to come on a couple of times this week. I have some time. Um, so we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Time for the info. Okay, what info? Oh, thank you very much for the info. So, I am so sorry. I'm so old school. I'm like, time? What? You meant thank you very much. See, this is why I need David. You're welcome, Amanda. Because I don't know all the emoji stuff. I know y'all are laughing because y'all know. Like, I don't know the emoji stuff. I don't know all that stuff. Merci, merci. Okay, good. I'm glad. She said this was such a great present. So much appreciated. I'm happy. I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. So for those of you that want to come see me, you're welcome to. I'm at simplycindy.com. That's simply and then CINDI.com. Come and have some coffee with me. Let's talk. I had such a great time these last 3 weeks just talking to people, getting to reacquainted with people, seeing how far you come from. Will you come on in the evenings? And yeah, so I'm gonna try to like vary it. So because I know some people can't come in the evening, so they'll come in the day. So I am gonna try to vary it, but I am gonna come on in the evening again. Yeah. Thank you. Hugs to you too. Thank you so much. Thanks for receiving me. Thanks for, if you guys could share this out. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for thumbs upping it. Um, oh, thanks, Amanda. I'll go try to check them out. Okay. Amanda had put, it's so funny because I'm going to mention this because I did said that I would like mention it and she gave me her permission. Yes, it's time to master our lives. Yeah. So I, over the last 4 years, would get in like, there would be a lot of emails coming in and then there wouldn't be any, right? So, and there would be these emails and people would email me and say, uh, I had a dream about you. It's time for you to come back. It's time for you to come back to work. It's time for you to come back to work. Like, that's what Spirit's saying. And I was like, I'm not going back to work right now. But anyway, I was talking to one of the clients that said that I could say this, that she actually could not get the thought and the dream out of her mind. And she did TikTok videos to try to find me because she was like, I can't find her. I can't find her. And they were telling her the same thing. Tell her to come back. It's time to come back to work. And I was like, I'm not doing it. Because I'm Aquarius, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Oh, there's some three stubborn when I put my mind to it. It's mostly the Aquarian that's a fixed, like, nope, not yet. Anyway, yeah, thank you for sharing your time. No, I love you guys. I do love you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm back. I'm back. It's time. I enjoy quarantine and the lockdown with my grandbaby. So I'm happy. I'm happy to do this. I'm ready. Yeah. I would get those emails a lot. And then she ended up taking them down from TikTok because she was like, I didn't want people to think I was crazy. Like, what was going on? But I had to like put them out there. I know. I had to put them out there so that I could, so that, the algorithm could find me and they'd be like, you need to go back to work. Yeah. Part of me felt like it was missing. I love you too, Dad. I, Yeah, I mean, I did too. I was being stubborn. I was like, I'm telling you, like, I was being stubborn like all y'all were being stubborn. Like, nope, not doing it yet. I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do. I mean, for a long time, I was like, there's plenty of people doing astrology and tarot and mediumship. They don't need me. They're fine. They don't need me. And that's just not true. I had to understand that I may not be giving any information that's different, but my understanding of it is different, right? Can you address repeating numbers for those of us who have and continue to experience this? Repeating numbers are the universes, the angels, God, your higher self. It's their way to be able to like get you to pay attention to something, right? So I have a whole series on my Your Indigo Path channel. On Your Indigo Path, I have a whole series of what ones mean, twos, threes, fours, all the way to nine, right? No one does it like, oh, thank you. She said, no one does. That's exactly that. This is your understanding. Yeah, my journey started with you, and I've grown so much. Jennifer, I have heard that so many times in the past 3 weeks, and I'm like, thank you. That I heard, I've heard that from so many clients saying, my journey started with you. And I'm so honored. Incredibly, I would love to have coffee with you. Absolutely. When you're ready. When you're ready. Yeah. A lot of people, I heard that a lot. And I'm like, yeah, they did. They missed me. I am loved. um, but so I have chilled. It's like a full circle. Yeah, exactly. Right. So come have coffee with me at simplycindy.com. Just order that and then we'll have coffee and we'll have a great, like, I've had so much fun just reconnecting with people or seeing new people. I had so much fun. Um, Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. So repeating numbers, I have a whole series of this is okay. So if you're seeing ones, uh, so say you're like talking to somebody or you're even thinking about something and you're alone or you're working, something happens and all of a sudden, thank you, Tat. I know I'm loved. I know I am. Thank you. And it's verified all the time that you're my soul group because y'all are all like thinking the same way that I'm thinking and doing the same things that I'm doing. You have really no idea how much you were missed and needed. Oh, thank you, Jamie. You're incredible. And our spirit guide sent you back to us. I told you I kept looking for you. I know a lot of people are like, I keep having dreams. Please come back. So like if say you're just around, say you're talking to somebody and you just met them. I'll give you this example. Say you're getting back to the repeating numbers. Say you're talking to somebody and you just met them, and all of a sudden you start seeing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's your way to say that that's a new relationship that your higher self. You felt like you were holding space. Yeah, a lot of you were holding space till I got back. Second that. Yeah. The ones is to tell you that that's going to be a prominent relationship that you need to like pay attention to, right? So that would like, or so say you're just doing whatever, or you're thinking a thought, and they say 1, 1, 1, like all of a sudden you start thinking 1, 1, then that's like a way for them to say yes. You need to focus on that. That's a new start. That's something that's prominent on your path. You're on your path. That's basically saying you're on your path. That's what you wanted. That's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to do. Like, say you wanted to start a new business or you wanted to take a class, all of a sudden starts 1, 1, 1, 1. That's like, yes, that's what your higher self is saying. That's what the universe is saying, right? Thank you. Thank you, Ray. I missed you guys. Twos are like if you're trying to decide about something. I felt like I was treading on water until Cindy came. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Twos would be like you're needing to like decide about something or you're needing to balance something. So we all had search party going. I know there was a big search party going, and I was like, nope, not doing it. So twos would be that. Twos would be like just be balanced in the way that you're trying to make this decision. Okay. Threes are, say that you've done something and threes are better explained this way. say you started a company and you're like working hard, and it's like a month in, and then you start seeing threes, that means that you're going to start getting relief in the work that you've done. So there's a little party time, a little party time. So you should get some relief. You should get some gifts. You should get some things happening. That's threes. Fours means that you're stable. So whatever you're thinking about at that time, or whatever pops up, or whatever a house you see, or a relationship you're in, or whatever, if you're saying fours, it means it's stable. It means it's stable to move forward in. It means that it's not going anywhere. You've solidified it in your life. Okay, that's four. Five is when a big change comes, right? Fives is like something is going to change your path. Something's going to make you think differently. Someone's going to make you change something. Some situation is going to cause you to rethink everything, and something's going to, go this way, right? Sixes are like twos. It's about balancing your energy. Like if you're working too much and you start seeing sixes, it's time to reel it back. If you're not working at all and you're seeing sixes, it's time to like do some work, right? It's about balancing your energy, balancing your life, right? So five is changes, six is balancing. Yes. If you're seeing fives, yeah, there's big changes coming. Sevens are when you start seeing sevens, it's not just lucky, it's like listen to your intuition because you hear very clearly and they're trying to send you a message. They're trying to send you away. That means it's time to sit with yourself and connect. And also have good luck with it. So, and that's like an energy that we kind of put on there, but it's like when you're seeing sevens, it's like, yes, you are in this world and other worlds together, and you are balancing that. And so if you're seeing sevens, it's like, know that your intuition is on target to do what you want to do, right? You've worked so hard at this, continue to work, you're almost there. Because a lot of people think that tens are the ending. Tens are not the ending. The ultimate is nine. Nine is the ending to whatever cycle that is. So when you start seeing nines, it's like, whew, I don't have to do the hard work anymore. It's done, right? Tens are the ending of that and moving into the next phase. So things are going to start opening up when you see tens. Things are going to start opening up for you to go to the next phase of whatever it is that you were doing. So that's just a quick recap about how that works. Go to Your Indigo Path, that channel, my other YouTube channel. Your Indigo Path has, I have a series where I explain each of the numbers, and each one has its own video, and it'll go into in-depth explanation. Okay, so I hope that helps. I think that's all I had this evening. Yeah. I'm going to go eat some homemade pizza because I made homemade pizza yesterday. Yesterday, when the Super Bowl was on, and y'all know I was up there dancing at the halftime because that's what we do, right? Because my boys were out there and my girl, Mary J, was out there. But I was like, you know what? This is my life is very different now than it used to be, right? So I was like, I'm making my own pizza. So I made my own pizza. I made my own Caesar dressing, and then I made Caesar salad and bacon wrapped jalapenos, right? Thanks, Cindy. That's what I had tonight. Yeah, pizza. I know. It's so good. It was tomato and mozzarella and some spices. And and pancetta. I did put pancetta in it. I usually don't put meat, but I did put pancetta in this one. Awesome. Enjoy your evening and thank you. You're welcome. So I love you, love you, love you. If you guys like this information, please comment and let me know how that went. Yeah. I know, it's so good. Listen, I used to be, because I'm from Texas, right? So we're born bred football. Like that's what we do. When way back in my other life, when I was married, my husband we'd have all military over. He'd be barbecuing. It was like, it's a whole different world now. Now I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make myself some pizza and my own Caesar salad, my own Caesar dressing, right? It's a whole different life. So I was like, I'm gonna sit here and watch the football game. Anyway, I love you, love you, love you. Have a good night. See you later. Bye, everyone. See ya.